In today's video, we're looking at the most uncommon, the most crazy, the most you probably didn't even know these piercings existed piercings. So this is one you may have seen, but you may not have seen. You may have not realized what it actually was when you saw it potentially, but we have the nasolang. The nasolang goes through, it goes straight through your nose. It goes through so much cartilage. Very painful piercing. Not many piercers will do it either. So good luck finding someone who's going to do it and going to do it correctly. It's super interesting. It's super extreme because it's hella painful. So if you've got one of these, I am so impressed. You are so impressive. Wow, just wow. You have the mantis piercing. I think maybe 1 or 2 people had it in my subscriber reaction video. There's more subscriber reaction videos coming. It takes me a long time to get through them. So do not fear. They're essentially a forward facing nostril piercing, but they are super cute. They called them mantis, I guess, because of like a praying mantis, like the beady little eyes. You never see them though, like ever. We have the septal piercing. This one is extremely uncommon. It has to be done with a stretch septum in order to get the receiving tube and the needle into the right position. It needs to have a stretch there so that you can fit that in there. So not everyone can get it. You can't just walk in somewhere and ask for it because you have to have like prepped, and you have to have prepped for some time because in order to get your septum pierced and to stretch your septum up, it takes time. So essentially if someone has this, they most definitely have like the combo of that and a stretch septum. So you gotta have the other piercing to have this piercing. That makes it way more rare. Rhino piercing. If you have this, you are so goddamn tough. Wild, crazy. It's so rare. Not everyone can perform this either. So this is one that like you really don't see that many people having. It looks super unique. It really looks, as the word states. Yeah, I'd say you're very tough if you've got one of these. Then we have the floating industrial, which can be great for a few different reasons. It looks a little bit different to a normal industrial piercing. So if you're kind of like sick of seeing everyone with the same industrial piercing and you want yours to look a little bit different, this is a cool option. You can either have it like completely floating, or you can have it like half floating, so it kind of means that it's still kind of half a normal standard industrial on one side, and then the other side is more like a helix piercing. So there's a few different options for these. You rarely see these because a lot of the time you have to go to specific studios that will be able to make this jewelry for you, or they have this jewelry. Not everywhere will do them, and some places might just like turn you away because they will only do a standard industrial, but that might be because they only have the jewelry for a standard industrial, so they're not going to be able to do the piercing anyway. It's good if you don't have the right ear shape for an industrial. Sometimes one side it can work, but the other side there's just nowhere for it to sort of like sit, and that's where this can come in and look super cool. There's so many different options, but yeah, it looks very different, especially if you get a full floating, and it's really interesting for people to see and go like, what the hell is that? Like most people won't even know what piercing that is because they probably haven't seen it before. We have the cute, beautiful Ashley piercing, another one that I love. If you can't tell, I'm so obsessed with lip piercings. I love them so much. Ashley's through the bottom lip. I also am a little bit jealous of these piercings because I just don't have the lips to host these kind of piercings though either. So there's a lot of lip piercings that I'm just like, oh, no, I can't get it, won't get it, wish I could get it kind of thing. So that sucks, but I love an Ashley. Another one that I love is the Gestrum, which is essentially just a vertical librette but flipped. But again, you've got to have the right lips for it. Your upper lip has to have like enough flesh there to host it. My upper lip, very little baby. So not gonna happen for me. And you've also got to kind of have the right shape lip as well, just so it sits right, so it looks nice as well. There's many different lip shapes you can see that have it. I'll put in a few different ones. Some definitely look better than others just because of the way that the jewelry sits. It sort of shows off the jewelry a little bit better. Big fan, wish I could have this one, but also I've already got a Medusa, so like close enough, like whatever. Let me know if any of the piercings that I mentioned today you potentially have, or if this video potentially has inspired you to get one of these. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like down below and subscribe if you're new here, and I'll be back with another piercing video next week. Bye.